Alright, I've been sitting on it for a minute. I wasn't sure I was trying to do like a voiceover, but it just makes sense for me to talk about it and then kind of do a little video montage. But nevertheless, I'm gonna talk about the steps that kind of led up to me leaving San Diego to getting here, because there's a lot of lessons. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a few lessons learned. First of all, try to speak to as much people as possible, especially if you're flying with Delta. I don't know other airlines if they have very strict like policies, but usually they try to restrict it to up to like 5 bags. But what I was told was 5, capped at a certain weight limit, right? I brought 6 bags, right? That was including my garment bag. They were trying to tell me I can't bring 6. Now, went back and forth, and in my head, I'm just like, the lady even volleyed to me, which was like, hey, why don't you just give one of the bags to your friend? And I was like, I mean, the bag still ended up on the plane. Even if I gave it to someone else, it's still getting on the plane. That's one, like, I don't know what's the science behind it, but if you're telling me hand the bag off to somebody, the bag's still going on the same plane. Hot. Anyways, God bless her soul, this sweet old lady, super kind, came over and was like, yeah, he's traveling on orders, so he can take the 6 bags. They just have to meet the weight limit requirement for Italy, which is 70 pounds. So my best advice to you is try to get there maybe about 3, if you're PCSing, get there about 3 to 4 hours ahead of time, so in case, you know what I'm saying, you meet somebody that's giving you pushback, you can still volley off of some other people who might understand the situation a little bit differently. This might have been that lady's first time dealing with someone PCSing and just was reading off of a script rather than actually understanding the circumstance. But outside of that, the two that go hand in hand is, if you do end up taking a lot of time, get clear. There's applications, you see it all the time when you're passing through the airport, like I believe it's US Clear or just Clear, but a little bit pricey per year. I think it's like 2 something. I was trying to cancel it, thank God I didn't, but the line is super short and it's like TSA pre-check squared. It's the best investment I made for traveling. The lines to get through Clear are so short because everybody and their grandma got TSA pre-check now. So if you get Clear, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10 when it's busy, when I went through, that TSA pre-check line was just as long as the regular line. But Clear, there was literally 5 people ahead of me. So clutched up. But that was my experience getting through. We can just roll right into the travel part now. And I think for that part, I'll just do a voiceover. So they brought me a lovely orange juice in such a fancy glass, but I'm gonna show you what ends up happening. Just hold on a second. Boom! I end up making a mess. So yeah, kind of made a boo-boo, but they gave me a replacement towel, not a towel, a pillow, as well as a blanket set. So here we have a little mini bag that they give you. I had to record on my phone, so I couldn't really do too much inspection, but they give you a little eye cap as well as some socks. I tried to use the eye cap, was not comfortable, not for me at all. Did not use the socks either, but Got a couple other things in there. Some earplugs. I did use those. They came in clutch, but I already had my own toothbrush and everything else, so good bag though.
The gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across.
Now I will say, for an international flight, this infotainment system's a little bit dated, but it's still pretty nice. Now there's one thing that I noticed when we were taxiing is that this screen doesn't have anything to lock it in place to view. So based on the aircraft's movement, it flows around. It's a little bit annoying from time to time. Before your flight, you're allowed to pre-order your meal. I went with the beef. Didn't really see much options that I thought were gonna be good, but they bring out some snacks and drinks first. Then they bring out your meal. I'm gonna say the mashed potato and the green beans were pretty good. The beef, not so much. What I absolutely loved though was the salad. It had a tangerine vinaigrette. Absolutely phenomenal. What I underestimated was how much work it takes to put this entire thing together, because you're in the way of so much people, so you really have to find that sweet spot of time to fully put it together.
All right, it's been like almost 6 hours now. I don't know if you can hear me, but overall, pretty difficult to sleep. Like I sleep on my side, and tossing and turning in this pretty tight space is a little bit difficult, especially when you're trying to rotate your legs. I got probably about 2 hours of sleep, which isn't terrible, but the time shift is what's also messing with me. And it's like 9 a.m. right now. It's, I think, 12 in the morning back in California. So pretty hefty, pretty steep jump in time. I got one more leg after this to Titania. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing that, but got like a good hour left on this flight, and then not sure if I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm probably gonna start a show, so I don't think I'm gonna try and sleep again. Overall though, between like the food, the people, I think this first stage was like a pretty good first experience for me. I will say the only queries that I had were the infotainment. That's in a different part of the video, but it's a little bit dated that the quality isn't there, but that's being picky. The mattress topper that they give you, this thing, it's pretty comfortable, as well as at some point during the night, the duvet that they give you, the blanket, it's pretty warm, you know, does a pretty good job. My toes were cold. That's because my toes are sticking out, but pretty solid.
This was breakfast. We ended up getting a peach mixed berry oats. The only thing was it was very cold, but really good. Now this is a little B-roll footage I got when we were in Amsterdam going to Catania. My thing is I kept it to a minimum because I didn't want to record anyone out of the respect. So do apologize for the lack of footage.